used to work as a waiter at the said they were paying me about 500 naira per day. We buy soup, 100 naira with one meat, and 5 of us with my mom would
meat on meat.
Meat on meat. Beyond the passion. Beyond passion, because passion, some people are passionate, they have passion, they will not see any passionate result. I got my first stand-up comedy, being a stand-up comedy, it paid me my first 5,000 naira. I remember misbehaving. I didn't have the capacity, because sometimes it's capacity that you need to build for money.
Okay.
If you don't have the capacity, some people get some 1 billion naira and they will spend it. Sometimes you might not even know how valuable you are. Until somebody even says, you know what, I'll pick you up, I'll sign you up. And then
and that was Holy Malam for you.
So Holy Malam helped you to say, don't take less than this amount.
Hello, beautiful people. It's the Game of Money podcast by Rep 360. My name is Martins, the Extratainer. And today we're going to be doing something very different. The talk is going to be about money, humor, and more. I'm not doing this alone. I have a beautiful, elegant, scintillating, highly intellectual lady with me. Ladies and gentlemen.
Honeypot.
So if she's honeypot, feel free to call me moneypot. Pot is pot. We are doing this with somebody that I choose to call an enigma, an icon, somebody who is an ambassador of ethical humor, a mentor to so many, hundreds. We call him the compare with an outstanding sense of humor. Ladies and gentlemen, big brother, boss, mentor, Saco International.
Thank you, Martin International. Appreciate you. Thanks for having me.
Martin the International, you the Extratainer.
Yeah, so let's go swiftly before I put.
Yes, I get it.
Okay.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. It's such an honor to be here with us. Thank you so much. Should we say it's a privilege?
No, it's more of a privilege.
All right. So I was saying that it's so good to have him here because, of course, the last time I interviewed him, since that time till now, things have actually been...
Yeah.
Things have evolved.
We've evolved, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we've evolved.
we're not where we used to.
At all.
And we're so grateful to that.
Thank you.
I watch some of your videos and I see the stories you tell, and it's like telling your experiences or what you've gone through doing this. The other time I was laughing because you were telling us how you got a car.
Yeah.
And you were telling us the history of your family, how you have you come from a polygamous home,
yes, I do.
And you were like, okay, you know what, I'll be the first person to buy a car. Yes. And because on this show we talk about money, this is not audio money. This is not hyping. This is
audio
real
visual.
Yeah. Oh my God. This is real money making, how people started, how they evolved, and they got here. Yeah. And tell us your success story. You're going to repeat that joke.
How did you go from being a waiter at some point to being a comedian that earns in and out of the continent of Africa?
Okay, first, I think mentorship changed my life. How mentorship changed my life. Whether indirectly or directly, but I've also seen people that have gone ahead of me excel, and it's also a milestone to say if these people can excel, I can. But I've also seen some of them make mistakes that I do not want to make, even though I have my own mistakes that I don't want my proteges also to make. But I used to work as a waiter, just like you said. I finished secondary school. My life is just an amazing story. First one of 9 children from a polygamous family. First, my mother has 4 children. The other wife has 4 children, and the other concubine has 1 tentatively, because we've not done DNA to show that one. Yeah, so in case you are seeing this, we might need to come for DNA. That's not part of the program. I just wanted to tell him, because yes, only 8 that we know. So the 9th one, the judgment, we'll find out about.
I thought you said on judgment day we'll find out.
No, the time when you have to judge. So you have to do DNA and you pay for a DNA because you don't know where our father came. Let's move on. So I worked as a waiter. I discovered comedy, or comedy discovered me. It came as a gift back in secondary school. I went to one of the best secondary school, by the way. I went to Ikosi High School, not far from me in K2, one of the best in the world. By the way, the governor of Ondo State went to Ikosi High School.
Lucky I did that, Doctor. Lucky I did that.
Yes.
You had to establish that.
I just wanted to stand up for Ondo State too. So, and he has confirmed that. It was at our anniversary. So, moving on. So it was not a pleasant journey, but I enjoyed. I mean, I mean, it was a point in my life where I needed it. And thank God I went through that at that point. I even started working as a waiter immediately I finished secondary school. I was literally, they were paying me a lot, 500 naira per day. And so working as a waiter, you wash plates, you serve, and then I see MCs host event. I've seen the likes of Basket Mouth host event while I'm working as a waiter. I've seen Bros Gordon's hosting events in Museum Center, and I was working as a waiter. I remember walking to him and I said, "Sir, I'm a comedian." He said, "Will you want to perform?" I said, "No, sir, I came to work as a waiter."
Wow.
Because that was the first time they were going to pay me 1,500 as a waiter.
That was Gordon's?
Gordon's was the MC.
Yeah, was the MC.
But I remember that year, you know, I didn't want to mess up that 1,500. You already had something at home because and I had to grow up fast because I had to take care, support my mom. At the time, my dad wasn't in the picture.
No.
So I had to help my mom take care of my siblings. I mean, make sure so I go to buy soup. We'll buy soup, 100 naira with one meat, and 5 of us, my mom will
meat on it.
Meat on it.
Oh, wow.
we eat on it, you know, and then
Wow.
till date, I still do not know how to pack soup because now I have abundance.
Oh.
I know once I take her, my wife knows, my mom even knows I don't, because I've done what you've done consistently for how many years and become an habit. Not that I mean, so I have enough by the grace of God, but that process made me better. It made me smarter. But beyond that, mentorship is, as the scripture that says, just shows mercy to who you want to show mercy to. I've enjoyed mercy of God. I'm still enjoying it. And that's just been my journey. But being an MC changed my life because it was something, bringing humor to events was what I love to do, was a value that I brought to the table. Everywhere I go, I said, I have humor. Can I crack you? Can I do this?
That was passion speaking.
That was passion. Yeah, beyond the passion. Beyond passion, because passion, some people are passionate. They have passion. They've not seen any passionate result.
Wow.
So beyond beyond passion, I mean, you cannot be passionate. I mean, I love to do comedy. I love to get a place where I want to bring something lively. So I will get crash churches.
Okay.
If they're having their concert, I'm going to meet them before they start. I said, I'm an MC, I'm going to do it for free.
Wow.
Yes, I'll go.
How long did you do that?
I did that between 2001 to 2005. That I got my first professional money. I got my first stand-up comedy. Being a stand-up comedy, they paid me my first 5,000 naira.
Oh, wow.
On the first of October.
What year was this?
2005.
Wow.
5,000 now.
Yes.
Because I was driving there and I'm like, okay, you made that 5,000 naira
Yes.
for the first time
In my life.
in your life.
Yes.
Wow.
Doing that job.
Yes.
Interesting.
And I was a student then in University of London.
So 5,000
Now,
was a lot.
fast forward to when you actually had that breakthrough and you've made good money and you looked at yourself. I don't know, were you emotional? Were you crying? Were you like, oh, this one? Tell
How
us.
did you feel?
So breakthrough comes in beats.
No.
But there are some that will come and it just come, it changes everything. But gradually, like my pastor, Dr. Samadi, and you say, excellence is a journey. I knew that from that 5,000, I got my first 30,000 from my mentor, Holy Madam, where he recommended me my first 30,000 comedy in 2008. So from 2005 to 2008, I was collecting 5,000. Wow. I could go anywhere for 5,000.
For
if
3 years.
4, 5, I can collect
You can collect it.
because it was sorting out things. My mom couldn't send me pocket money, so that was what I was using to take care of myself. Until I met my mentor and he changed my routine. I said, you can do comedy in Lekki, in a church in Jakonde for 30,000.
Wow.
Comedy. If they had told me to preach that, I would have preached.
Preached.
Because
ushering everything. Live band.
You understand? That's a combination of how many years? 5,000. You're giving me 30,000. If I went to pay the 30,000 into my account, I was on Taiwo Road in Ilorin, and I went to the bank and I used my ATM. As soon as I wanted to be sure that money was, so I checked the balance.
Verify.
And I saw 30,000.
Wow.
First time in my life. I will do 1,000 not to be sure that it was my money.
There was real money.
In case the church said that it was a mistake, I can refund it. I mean, it was that bad. But speaking to mentor, it just started changing how I saw life. When I see them on stage, I say, if this man is doing this, I'm going to do this. I mean, it's a picture. He already giving me a picture. So the money came gradually until I began to see some millions of naira in my account. I mean, it went through like 2010, 2011. I mean, I started seeing, but it was coming in beats. I mean, I was no longer begging for any opportunities. All the beggings I've done started showing up for me.
Wow.
I mean, get crashing.
Your work started
my work started
showing
showing up for me. Yeah, showing up for me. I said, okay, I know this person. Let's go in. So sometimes 20,000, 30,000 until I began to put a rate card. I said, this is the limit I can go. And then.
So what was your rate card, your first rate card like?
Yeah, rate
My
card.
first rate card was 50,000, 150.
It depends on
in fact, the
what-
first event I got that was 150 was in December 2012. So I mean 2011 it was still only man that gave to me, and I was shaking because the money was too much, literally too much. I remember misbehaving. I didn't have the capacity, because sometimes it's capacity that you need to build for money.
Okay.
If you don't have the capacity, some people get some 1 billion naira and they will spend it until it gets to 100 million, or until it gets to 500, 1 million or 2 million before the reality comes up and say, because that's the capacity of how much, that's what their brain can carry. Some people do not have the capacity. That's why you see somebody gets money and you say, what did you do with the money?
So could that be like an imposter syndrome of some sort? Like you don't think that you're worth it or what?
No, it's just they were not prepared for the money. Because preparation is important when you say you want to make money. Preparation is, what goal do you have? 1 billion gets into my account now. He knows. And the guys know the things I'm going to do. So the millions, as they come now, I know what I'm doing. I'm tying into things that I can say this is what I did with the money. And because I had seen my father go from where he was, and because money, the only thing that sustained my father, sustained the family together, was the property he built in the late 80s. And that's where I lived. That's where we lived, and that's where my mom still lives.
Talking about
How
property.
old was your father when he built that house?
Okay.
My father was 70. My dad would have January 1st, 1955. So he would have been 70 this year. He was 70 this year. So that was about 30 years ago. So he was 40 something, 30 something.
So he did that in his late 30s or 40s?
Yes.
Late 30s,
yes.
40s.
So for me, I've seen it. My dad built 4 flats. We live in one.
Okay.
My dad, my mom, my father's wife, and 8 children were in that flat, 3-bedroom flat. And then now my mother has her own flat, so we will not stay. My mother's wife stays upstairs, so we retain downstairs for her. But the grace of God, I built out for her, but that's our husband.
You talked about capacity, and that also connects with the rate card thing. I think it's not always a piece of cake, a ride in the park for service providers to develop their rate card. How do you go about knowing that, okay, this is what I deserve?
Yes.
Then draw a rate card in that line.
So
talking to master of ceremonies, MCs, comedians, this will make a lot of sense.
So rate card is it's a card that shows how much your service is, and you must put them in categories. My rate card comes with as a master of ceremony for corporate event, for social event, and you want me to do special appearance. That's my rate card. But to get to a point where you know, because it has to be you know it. Sometimes you may not even know how valuable you are until somebody even says, you know what, I'll pick you up, I'll sign you up. And then
and that was Holy Malam for you.
So Holy Malam helped you
to
say, don't take less than this amount.
Stop losing money in Nigeria and start investing with confidence. I know investing in Nigeria can feel risky. For over 13 years in the media, I've covered stories of hardworking Nigerians who have invested back home and lost everything. Family deals, company promises, nothing to show for it. That's exactly why we built the piece to provide safe and profitable real estate investment options for Nigerians in the diaspora and even here at home. We have a proven track record of integrity and results, and when you invest through electricity, you invest in a structured, transparent, and accountability-based company. If you'd like to know more about the opportunities we offer, kindly follow the link in the description of this podcast. There is money in Nigeria. It's time to enjoy your share, and all you do is keep growing.
So it gets to a point, just like I do to my producer. I said, this is how much they are offering
I can
me.
testify.
But if you are going to do the job, don't do less than this amount. And I even go to a and say that if you cannot pay me that amount, you can pay this person that amount. Because sometimes they're offering me something I won't take. And they still want to go down because I'm not the one coming. They want to pay the person lower. So don't take it. Sometimes it's not easy. I tell you the truth. It wasn't easy when my mentor said, don't collect it. I said, well, okay, what is that? I mean, but
what does that do to you if you don't collect it? Does it launch you to another level?
What it does for me, it makes me realize that money that we're offering me, I can actually take it. But because I am what's the question? Is it that why, maybe for instance that
you're not taking it,
what effect?
and then you're not taking it?
It shows that that money that they didn't want to pay, they'll pay it later. All you just need to do is keep working on, keep giving value. So, for instance, somebody called me and I said, my money is 10 million. And they said they can't afford it. And tomorrow they see me at an event. The mindset is that guy went to do an event for 10 million. So even if you're not off paying me that 10 million now, you will pay that 10 million eventually. Because MCs in Nigeria take 10 million, take 15 million. Convenient.
You say that a lot. Keep working on yourself.
Keep working on yourself.
These clients
don't let them
would
meet
call.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't let them meet you where they left you. That's your statement.
So I was in France hosting a wedding, and one big man I work for in Nigeria, saw me and he was surprised. Said, how did you get here? I said, it's the same way you got here. And I got here. This time
I like that.
But I couldn't tell you. This time they
Thought you
booked my
tricked.
flight. And he even took picture with me. Guess what? He sent me money on the spot.
Wow.
And he said, send your account number. Because sometimes people do not even know how far you can go. They feel they are doing you a favor. But you don't know that you are doing both.
You exchange values.
That's so interesting because I think it was the one you that you emceed in France, I think
Yes.
that you did a video and then you did it on purpose and then you were like, was it France?
No, it was Portugal.
Oh, it was yes.
It was Portugal.
That
It was
was
Portugal a few months
yes,
ago.
that was Portugal. And so you were so, because I know that Saco on a normal day, yes, he does videos, he does the funny video,
Yes.
he's entering an event,
Yes.
but he actually wanted to say that see how far we've come.
Yes.
And
Very important.
it was like a statement saying that,
Yes.
especially people who thought that you wouldn't get there.
Yes.
What was that message for
So
exactly?
it was so encouraging. So I have a list of proteges called the Trailblazers. I've been privileged to go to countries. I've been to countries, and I'm in the US. Was it Pennsylvania? And then I come down from my hotel and I see a lady and said, "Your face is familiar." And I said, "So what do you do?" I said, "I'm a master of ceremony." I was going to the event. And she said, "I just watched a video this morning where you're talking about how to host a wedding, how to do this."
Wow.
And then she said, "I just connected to you.
Wow.
And now I'm seeing you in America. I'm in Houston," and somebody says, she was speaking English. I said, "I watch your videos anytime I want you to host an event."
Wow.
So I have, you have followers. You have people that see you doing the things. That's the way I saw my mentors doing the things that I'm doing it. And now some people say, "I want to be like this guy." We might not have relationship. I could be a role model because role model and mentorship is different.
Yeah.
Of course,
Mentorship,
proximity.
You might not have met
relationship.
the person as a role model, but mentorship, you know the person.
One of my greatest role models is Steve Harvey. He's one of my great role models. I was watching him today. I'm watching today. And I know that I will see him very soon. I'll be at a show very soon. It's something I've said. So it's so when I say this thing to them, it's for them to see possibilities. That no matter how much you don't value yourself, somebody values you to take care of your flight, book your flight, put you on the best hotel, pay you again, and still thank you for coming for the event. It means a lot. It means that you carry value. But I was doing this event in their church for virtually free. They'll come give me an honorarium, but every time I do it well. Because if you don't have value, how would somebody take you to Portugal? So it was just an encouragement to somebody. And I know that some persons, and I do that a lot. A few years ago, we used to carry my guys to Dubai. My first trip to Dubai was in 2012. In fact, when I was going to travel, I just saw myself helping people travel abroad. Because people think abroad is expensive.
True.
And they think it's very fine. Remember my first trip? It was on the first trip
2018.
to Dubai with us. And then after
And that was my first time out of Africa.
Yes. And then I've taken like guys to Dubai. So the essence of it is just for you to see possibilities. In fact, when I started and it was very, very small, I just take small money from them, take care of their flight, we take an apartment.
Yeah.
I said, let's go. We'll eat a bar together, go to all the tours. We'll carry our food stuff because we're not used to eating their food. We were there for 5 days.
Bread and granite was a very helpful.
But I was making people see possibilities. And I've seen people walk up to me and said, the things that you do encourages us. That's why I do it.
That's why we are here on this earth. I tell people because if you're not impacting anybody and you feel like you're just an island, it won't work. Yeah. Interesting. I'm really loving it. And to that point of that, of course, your family does not stay in Nigeria.
Yeah. Definitely.
And interesting. And I know that it is not beans.
It's not beans.
So be in Nigeria, and then you have your wife, you have your children abroad,
Work in
and
Nigeria, pay
sometimes your
bills
mother
abroad.
goes, or your mother
Yeah,
is
my mom goes 6 months, my mother-in-law goes 6 months.
6 months, and you're paying,
Mm.
and I know what the bills can be like.
Yeah.
So I really want us to touch on this because, of course, we're talking about how to make money, how you got there,
It's
the
and
money
all
game
that.
show.
It is the money game.
Yeah.
How were you able to achieve this?
So for the mothers, one of the things that I've said to myself is that I won't wait for that big money to come before I take care of my mother. So my wife and I have agreed to take care of our parents because it's not only, only. So even when I still try to have some good money, I will take care of my mom. I remember taking my mom to the UK in 20 when we were going on vacation with my wife and my daughter. I just said to myself, you went to the UK and I'm not taking my mom that went through all the stuff. And I said, Mom, would you like to go to the UK? Who would not say that? Why not? So we applied for her and then she was on a trip with us in the UK for 18 days.
Oh.
And when she got to London and the first thing was saying, the London I used to hear in the village.
Oh my
God. And I was happy because that for me was the fact that, and also is an encouragement to mothers, no matter what you're going through, your children will be great. Don't say negative words.
Say negative words.
Keep prophesying to them. I was not a nice guy growing up. I was restless. And now I'm not that type of person that I'm at home and I would just want to be at home if I'm not working. I am virtually on my couch. So I listen to a podcast, either watching movie. Somebody asks me, how do I relax? I say, I watch a movie, I listen to podcast. This morning I've listened to a podcast. Just to encourage, because what you feed yourself will come out. So, but I've learned to save. I'm an amazing saver. So I have an account I don't touch. Money goes, if I have my company, when they pay the money, I don't touch. It goes there. If I need to get, urgent, I could just call my guy, can you loan me money? Because I know that in few days I return it back. I'll even return with an interest because I don't want to walk into the bank. And people say, we'll get an app. I said, the reason I don't want to get an app on that account is because I'm not disciplined enough. I will do transfer. I'll do transfer. So savings, I've got 1 property, 2 properties, 3, 4. By the grace of God, I won't continue. I won't tell you.
So you don't want to continue.
I love it.
So that savings changed my life. Why? It changed my life in 2014 when my wife my wife and I were going to buy. We used to stay in Falago, close to Unilag, and we're going to buy a land. We wanted to buy a land, half plot, in Shomolu for 11 million, and we could not raise 11 million. We had about 6 million. In fact, that was the first time and last time I ever went to meet my grandmaster at Alibaba to say, sir, we have this land, we want to build on this land, but we don't have the money. So Alibaba saw the documents. I said, sir, you hold the documents. I knew that in a few months I was going to get the 5 million back.
Okay.
But it didn't, it couldn't help at that period because he had other projects. Guess what? I printed out my account statement between 2014 and 2015 when I was going to apply for my mother's visa in February. And over 30-something million had entered my account.
Wow.
That I could not account for.
Good don't give account.
Well, stop it. Stop. You people, stop it. Stop.
I'm glad you got it.
With a sense of humor.
Yeah, I could not account for. And I began to trace it. Recharge card, 1,000, 2,000, 3 million, not 3 million, 5,000, 20,000, 50,000. When I want to just go collect, and all this money summation. 30-something.
So
I still have.
Wow.
So I actually had that money at that period.
Yeah. So you thought to yourself.
So I thought to myself, that's what I went to London and we came back. Seriously, my ATM got missing. I said, God, this is.
Hallelujah. Usually
I should have been worried, but it got missing. I still do not know where. Since then, I started saving. I will not be monitoring my account. I'll have, you don't be 1,000 to be entering 2 million. We enter the bank and pay 1 million inside just to be seeing the money. And then I get consolidated interest. Then gradually the land came in 2016, a full land for 9 million. I paid instantly. This time I had the capacity to pay. A property came in on Monday and paid by the grace of God. And that's how we got our first property. So that savings changed my life. And then I started doing insurance. I started doing savings where I have direct debit for insurance, where every month they remove a particular sum. For 2 years, it's consolidated. And then every two years, I change my car. So it comes from every month that you direct debit.
Aside this, a lot of people already see you as a real estate developer because your love for
Yes,
property
because for property.
and the fact that you get, aside the fact that you do real estate events,
Yes.
you are fully into it by the virtue of having these things.
I always look out for properties because properties, if my dad had not gotten a house, I'd not built that house, we would have probably scattered and stayed with family because my mother, as at that time, didn't have the capacity. Guess what? We're staying in the house, but we're still hungry. We're staying in the house, but we have shelter.
You have
shelter.
Yeah.
But we're still hungry.
Yeah.
So that property changed my life. And I was TMO and I hosted an event over the weekend, and the guy said the reason he started agro was that when his father died, the agro business, the agro all the farm, all the things that he left, sponsored him to the UK, went to school from the UK from agro. Wow. Imagine the father didn't start something. Yeah. So what we're starting today, there are a lot of entertainers that you start asking, so what happened? These people have money, apart from, God forbid, sickness. Sickness sometimes could be a genuine reason that they were exhausted, but sometimes it happened to their lifestyle. They had great, if you don't drive this expensive car, not that I tell my guys, not that I can't drive an expensive car, not that I can't buy a brand new car, but if you don't see yourself in future, your enemy will be broke. Not even enemy, the person will be broke. So it's, I just love properties. Nothing like.
So that's like your own investment.
That's my own investment. That's the only way. That I know there are other ways that I can see buy a property this amount and in
appreciate
somebody wants to pay you double the amount. That's what are you looking for?
Interesting. There are 1,001 questions that we could actually ask you. And I'm really enjoying this because I know that there is somebody there who has talent and they're just thinking, what do I do with this talent? Of course, you said how you started from the church and then you see any event and then you just volunteer.
For free.
I will do this for free.
Yes,
and there was a question that we had asked our guests one time, and then it was about being a Christian and translating your talent to money, because it's a huge problem and it is still a discussion that
really you received
that is really some people have not answered that question till today, because they feel like you're a singer, for instance, in church, or you do this for church, and they feel like, why would you earn money from it? And people are saying that you have a band, you have this, you have this, and you have to pay, and people are not getting it. So can you just explain?
So it depends on the level of your consecration. The likes of Dosia, I work closely with Pastor Nathan Abasi. He says it, but he puts proper structure in place where if you want to bring them, there's a minimum. This is what you can do, because some
is it on the program you now give them? It doesn't make sense.
So like somebody handling all those aspects where he says, you want to bring in, these are the things that we need to bring. We're not charging you. But you put things in place to make sure that you don't disrespect the people he comes to sing with. I remember him sharing a story where he had to go and he got to an hotel in an event and he realized that the place was not. He had to go pay from his money. My guys can't stay in this place. And I've got to that level where sometimes I don't want them to take an hotel for me. Depending, I take my hotel because I don't want you to give me something and say, can you manage this place? It's a value you place on yourself. So the fact that you say you're in church, even as pastors, you can't invite a pastor and just put him anywhere.
No.
You have to give him value.
He's one of the pastors that honors. Honors people he invites.
Pastor, honors people. So
honors.
If you say you don't want to charge, that's your own part consecration, but you can't impose your personal consecration on others, on people. And one of the things I'm going to add, remember I said I bought a land in Bariga. That guess what? That land that I bought for 9 million, Bariga settled the family 3 million. That was the land I sold in 2020 when I was going to build a duplex, a 4-bedroom duplex. I didn't COVID year when we didn't work, and I needed to pay for a property. I sold that land, even though I still regret it, because by the time I drove past the place a few weeks ago, if you see what they built on that land, if you see what the guy built on that, I sold the land 22 million, and in my mind I'd gotten a deal. It was a good deal. Something that you bought for 11 million,
you get 100%.
Yeah, get 100% back
profit.
But I wish I had the capacity to retain that, and it just built duplex by the side and built a 2-bedroom. Oh my God!
Massive.
But it was an investment. That's why when people say buy land, you buy land and wait. You can buy the land and you might buy it 2 million, And tomorrow, the lands on Ilaje, on all those sites, some people bought 100 and something.
That's
thousand.
right. That's right.
Guess how much a land is now? It's 100 million, 120. You can't even see. You can't even see any land to buy. So I just thought I should just put that out. Don't buy, yes, you can't buy, you don't have the capacity to buy around the town now. Get to those sites that has proper documentation, buy through the right people, and then and wait.
It's worthy of note that you are an example to many beyond even massive ceremonies, the industrial massive ceremonies. However, it is also important that I ask you this very important question, a very simple question. I believe somebody listening or watching will learn from it. Okay. How do you feel winning at the game of money? What does it mean to you winning at the game? How do you feel at this point? We have talked about the past, how it's been. Now, here you are. How does it feel?
Well, I'm excited, but not too comfortable.
Okay.
Because one of the things that kill people, that makes you, is
resting
comfort.
on your oars.
It's comfort. You just comfort. You don't feel I'm comfortable, I'm fine. So when I know that, okay, I'm glad to be a game of money, but at the same time, there's more to what we have. I'm at that point where I'm saying to myself, I don't need to show up before I make money. There are things that land can be breathing for me right now and say, okay, I have lands. I know that I can do this. I can put an event center there. I can convert it to money. I can convert it to a farm, depending when you check the soil to be sure what you can plant there. Because that's another thing. It's not one day you can get a land and be sure.
Right, that's right.
Yes, coconut head.
Go away. You can now get tired of farming and then you build on it.
So it's still a journey, but I'm not where I used to be. That I can assure you, because I'm way beyond. Beyond where I used to be. So if you're getting more money, it's still, you just need to get more informed, because you can't say, oh, I've mastered it. Not everybody. You can't master. You keep evolving. And that's where I am. That's so
excellence is not a destination. It's a journey.
Yes.
Beautiful people. We had an amazing time. Beautiful experience. Enjoying great conversations with Saco International. And of course, my co-host is always sweet to talk with and talk to. That's why she's called the honey pot. That's where it comes from. But
she cooks up a lot.
She cooks up a lot. A lot from her heart.
I can't deal with these two men.
So since she cooks up a lot, let's cuckoo.
Let's cuckoo.
Let's cuckoo.
Leave the show.
Let's cuckoo leave the show. Okay, Saco, you know go lacko.
Yes, so thank you, man.
They
go
so
front to even when others they go back.
Amen.
No be you that go Saco.
Amen.
Because you be Saco.
Oh wow.
Drop the mic.
Thank you so much, Saco.
Thank you so much. My name is Martin Zakshatena and
Honeypot, and it's been Game of Money podcast brought to you by Rep 360.
You can still call me Money Pot. It's all right.
You can call me Cooking Pot.
Pot.
Were we able to?
Let's go to the pot.
Yes,
Let's go to the pot.
Yes,
He's going to the airport.
Yes, and